The experience is not bad here. It's not bad. Like, I just pray that I have a decent trainer, you know, that's going to. Yo, so I had to add that first clip in there because sometimes you have to laugh to keep yourself from crying, yo. I promise you, because I don't know where shit went wrong. Let's get into the video.
Young taking trips, come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today, make me wonder who you might have been playing with, makes me wonder who you think.
Y'all, sorry the lighting sucks, but let me just jump right into this video. Okay, so boom. The first clip was the second day, which was orientation. And they said I was gonna get a call from my trainer the next day to train with him. So I get the call. He sound real cool over the phone. He sound, you know, decent. He sound real decent. So I was excited. I was very happy because I'm like, yo, I finally want to get the experience going. The first day, this man said I did horrible. He said I did horrible. You know what? Let me just add the clip in. Let me just add the clip on what was said. Real quick, I just want to give my experience with the trainer. I've been with the trainer for 2 days now. This is the second day. And boy, like, shit was ass. Like, excuse my language. It was corny. On the phone, like, he was cool. He sounded cool, whatever, like. And I was, like, excited to meet him and get this experience going. But once niggas started driving and, like, you know, like, it was raining and it was very windy and we was driving a empty. Well, I was driving an empty. And, you know, like, I kept getting out of lane because the wind, like, and I was like, oh my God. So, yeah, the second day with him, the first day with him, first time driving a semi, first time being on the road with a tractor and trailer, first time. And this man said I did horrible. Literally all I did was get out of lane. That's all I did. I didn't hit no curbs. I didn't hit no people. I didn't hit no cars that was next to me. I didn't hit nothing. I literally just got out of lane. So when we got to the yard, because we drove from PA to New York, we had to drop the empty off and pick up the load. So after we dropped the empty off, he's like, look, you did really horrible today. You did really bad. I was like, I did really bad because I got out the lane a few times. He was like, you know, you got to be careful with that because you could hit someone. I was like, but I didn't hit anyone. He was like, yeah, you didn't, but you still got to be careful with that. I'm like, I get that, I understand that, but for you to say that I did horrible, don't you think that's a stretch? He's like, all right, that could be a stretch, but he's like, you did bad today. I was like, all right. And that was that, because he annoyed me with that, because I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, I got out of the lane. Like, even when he was driving, he was getting out of the lane too. So I'm like, how you coming at me? Because, like, it was just so annoying. Fast forward, I've been with this man for a week now. Literally, the only thing he taught me how to do was slide my tandems. That's it. He showed me how to slide my tandems. He let me get my hours in, which was cool, I guess. But as far as, like, anything else, he did not teach me. Like today, for instance, the trailer was sitting very low in the yard. He never taught me, like, what to do in a situation like that. He never, cause I seen the cops roll by. I thought it was going, you feel me? Whatever. He never told me what to do or anything like that. So I was pretty much stuck. But I thank God that there was a guy out there that helped me. He showed me what to do and shit like that. And I had to let him know, like, you know, I had a really shitty trainer. So You would think that he would teach me the ropes on uh, things on the semi and what to do, like if situations like this occur, but he didn't. So yeah, so now I know what to do when the trailer is sitting low, thanks to the guy and not the trainer. But I'm gonna fast forward because after like maybe 9 days with him, I was ready to go because he just wasn't teaching me anything. He always had an attitude. He told me that he was a very reserved person, which is cool. Like, whatever, be reserved. But as a trainer, you have to teach. If I lack at something, or if there's something I need to know, teach. That's why you're the freaking trainer. This man, I think this was like the third day, I overslept because my phone died. And the night before, I was asking him like if there was like outlets or whatever. He said he don't know. How don't you know? This is your truck. Like, so I'm like, okay, my phone died. Overslept. I woke up like it was like 2, and I hopped down because I had to be on the top bunk. I hopped down and I was like, hey, I was like, you've been driving for a minute now, because he started driving at 3 in the morning. I was like, pull over so I could take over. And I guess he thought I was getting loud with him, so he's like, I need you to take it down a notch. And I'm just like clutching my pearls, like, take it down a notch. Like, I wasn't even yelling, so I just let him talk. He's like, it's regular that drivers drive 10 to 11 hours. It's regular, this and that. I'm like, okay, yeah, true. But you could pull over so I could take over. And that was that. And he sat, like, when I took over, did my pre-trip, he would sit on the passenger side and just be the freak quiet. I'm like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, for real, what did I do to deserve this? So I asked him, like, can you teach me how to back up the trailer? Like, like, you can always tell me, like, what to do. You are the trainer. He's like, I don't have to tell you what to do. My job is to just assist you. I was like, well, can you assist me in backing up the trailer, please? Because that's literally what I need help with. So then he's like, okay, when you ask and you need help, I'm going to help you. I'm like, what's with the attitude? I'm like, you good? I'm like, you good? Everything okay? He's like, I ain't got an attitude. I was like, okay. So we in the yard. This is the first time he's teaching me how to back the trailer, and I've been with him for 9 days. And, with him assisting me, I was doing good. Then fast forward, I'm just driving, doing my pre-trips. He taught me how to slide the tandems. He taught me, like, where to position my tractor when I'm going to hook up to a trailer. Luckily, I already knew how to, like, connect the trailer to the tractor and all that extra stuff. So he didn't really have to say too much. Fast forward, because I really don't want to be long-winded. Fast forward, I'm 2 weeks in with this man now, and we just are not communicating. He's not telling me nothing. He's not teaching me anything. So I called the training department to request a new trainer. I guess he didn't like that, so he calls the training department and he's like, oh, he needs me off his truck. And I'm like, thank God. That's what I said out loud. I was like, thank God. He was like, you just have no skills. I was like, how don't I have no skills? I'm like, well, if I don't have no skills, you're supposed to teach me. You're the trainer. Like, that's why you're a trainer. Like, so then he's like, I'm just here to assist you. I'm like, why the you keep saying that? Like, if you're just here to assist me, you're doing really bad at it. Like, you're doing really bad. You literally taught me how to back up the trailer one time, a few times in the yard. Then after that, it was curtains. Like, you barely taught me anything. He's like, I barely taught you anything? I was like, yeah. He's like, so I didn't teach you how to do wide turns? I was like, they taught me that in CDL school. I kind of already knew that. He's like, oh, you already knew that? Okay. He's like, oh, so I didn't teach you how to work the ELD? I was like, they taught me that in orientation? Like, what are you talking about? So then he's like, all right, so I didn't teach you anything. I was like, you didn't. I was like, it's no shade, but you didn't. Like, I was like, that's why I want a new trainer. Like, I really don't want to be here with you. You have really bad energy. He's always mad, always looking depressed, just always angry, literally. So yeah, I requested a new trainer. They told him to drop me off. We was in Virginia, so they told him to drop me off at the VA terminal. He did not want to do that. He didn't want to do that. He's like, I'm not doing that if I'm not being compensated. They're like, we're gonna compensate you. We're gonna do that. We just need you to drop the trainee off at the terminal. He just did not want to do that. He didn't want to do it. He's like, I'll do it after the load. So I sat with him so he could deliver that load. Next day, I called the training department again because I was definitely ready to get up out of there. And they told him to drop me off at the terminal. But still, he did not want to drop me off at the terminal. I noticed that he didn't want to do that. So I was like, I'm just going to call the cops because at this point, like, I really don't want to be in the truck with you. You're refusing to drop me off at the terminal. I'm just going to get the cops, and that's that. Soon as I mentioned the cops, because I found out he was a felon, too. Soon as I mentioned the cop, is like, oh, he calls the training department. He's like, I really need her off the truck. They're like, we told you to drop her off at the terminal. Why aren't you doing that? Because I'm not being compensated. We said we was going to compensate you. I can literally hear the conversation on the phone. He said, whoever he was on the phone with, he was like, we said we were going to compensate you. Drop her off at the VA terminal. You delivered your load. Go and drop her off. He's like, oh, I don't have no fuel right now, and I'm not going to fuel up to drop her off at the terminal. And I'm just like, oh, my God. I was like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Fast forward, maybe like 2 days later, I decide to be the bigger person and have a conversation with him. I'm like, listen, I don't know where we got off at. Like, I really feel like you started acting really distant when I drove the first day because I was getting out of lane. Maybe that made you nervous. I don't know, but I feel like that's where the disconnect was. And he was saying that's not where it was. I was yelling at him and demanding. I'm like, I'm not one to demand anything. I don't demand nothing. I don't do that. But if that's how you perceived it, I apologize because I just really want to keep the peace, like, between you and I just want you to train me, help me back up this trailer, and that's that. I was like, you see, I'm a good driver. Like, you can't say I'm not a good driver. You can't say I'm not skilled at that. My turns are good. I can do everything except back up this damn trailer. Like, so we had our conversation, and I thought shit was about to be all good there. No, absolutely not. We had that conversation a few days later. I wouldn't even say a few days later, maybe 2 days later. Again, guys, this man is always angry. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. He always angry. He always, like, has a frown on his face. I don't know what he was going through in life, but he just was never, like, happy. He had a very poker face. So I called the training department again because I'm like, what's the status on the new trainer? Because I really want a new trainer. I want to learn. Like, I really want to learn. So they asked me, if anybody work at Western Express or have worked at Western Express, you know they'll ask you for the truck number. So I gave the truck number in. Tell me why the guy starts laughing. He starts laughing. He's like, oh boy, I've definitely had a few people complain about this one. I was like, really? I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, he's really not a pleasant person. I was like, okay, so I know I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not just, sensitive or anything like that. I'm really not sensitive for real. But I'm like, I knew I wasn't tripping. Like, something's off with this man. Like, something is truly off with him. Like, he's literally always angry. I just never understood. Like, so the guy on the phone, I called the training department. The guy on the phone, he's like, he's not a pleasant person. Even when he calls in, he's just always just like very demanding. But yeah, he want to call me demanding though. He's very demanding. He doesn't know how to speak to people, which he don't. And he's not very pleasant at all. I was like, yeah, like I'm experiencing a lot of negative vibes from him. And I've been asking for a new trainer for a week now, for about almost 2 weeks, but it's never, no one said nothing. I ain't get no updates or nothing. Like, so what are we doing? Like, can I please get a new trainer? Like, can y'all put me in a motel and find a new trainer for me, please? Please, I'm begging you. Like, I literally said it like that, for real, no cap. So then he's like, all right, I'm gonna see what I can do. I see you guys are at Virginia. We was in Virginia, somewhere in Virginia, and he's like, I'm gonna call him so he can not move, so we can get a Uber for you to the terminal. So I'm like, oh, thank you God, yes. I'm like, all right, cool, all right. I love that. So again, he didn't want to stop until he delivered his load. So he delivered the load, and we went to a pilot. So then I called him. I told him, I'm like, we're at the pilot at such and such address. So he's like, all right, we're working on getting you an Uber to a motel so we can get you a new trainer. So I'm like, all right, cool. He goes, he takes the key out the truck. Mind you, it's hot as hell outside. He goes, he takes the key, he takes the ELD. I'm like, what are you taking the ELD for? All right, cool, whatever. So he's gone. I don't know. He just leaves. So I let them know. Anytime he did something, I let them know. So I let them know he took the keys and he took the ELD and he left. And he was gone for a minute now. So I was asking them, like, what's the update? What's the status on the Uber? Like, they're like, yeah, we're working on it. 2 people declined it. So we're working on getting you an Uber. Hours are going by. Hours and hours are going by and nothing. It's now 2 in the morning. And at this point, I'm like, there's no Uber coming. There's no Uber coming. He's knocked out. He's snoring and shit. And I'm just looking at him like I never disliked someone so hard. He's snoring and shit. And I called the training department. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's the status? Like, what's the update? They're like, yeah, we can't seem to get an Uber. This matters. We're just going to have to wait until tomorrow. So I'm like, what if he leaves tomorrow? Then what? Like, what are we going to do? He's like, mind you, this was a Saturday too. So he's like, we would have to wait until Monday. So you would just have to stick it out with him until Monday. I was crying and screaming in the inside. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So this man was just being really spiteful. We have the EFS card. He just he wouldn't let me fuel up. Like, he would fuel on a sneak tip because when you fuel up over 50 gallons, you get a shower credit. He was being very spiteful. He would not let me fuel. He wouldn't let me do shit. So it's like I went 3 days without bathing, and I was just in shambles because I'm like, bruh, like, why is this man doing this? Like, I didn't do nothing to him. I didn't piss in his cereal. You feel me? I ain't do nothing, disrespect him, curse him out, nothing. But it's like I'm almost at my breaking point now, because it's like since day one being with him, it was just hell. Like, we had maybe like 1 or 2 good days, and after that it was just hell. So he left to go pick up, we were bobtail, so we went to go and pick up a empty, and just the whole ride is just quiet. It's quiet. So then he pulls over. He's like, you can go ahead and get on duty so you could do your pre-trip. So I'm doing my pre-trip because as a trainee, when we do our pre-trips, that's when we get paid for the day, $71.43. Yes, that's the trainee pay. That's the freaking trainee pay. Pathetic. So I do that. I drive to the thing. We pick up the load, drop the empty, and that's just that. We don't talk. We just riding in silence. He wouldn't let me play music, so it's like I would just put my headphones in, because it's like I didn't want to hear his goofy ass laughing and having fun on the phone, and I'm just sitting here miserable because I'm still with this demon. For real, he was a demon. I don't care, because it don't make no sense how someone's just so angry all the freaking time. Like, it made no sense to me. So we get to damn, where did we go? I think we were in PA, Carlisle, PA. And I'm just over it at this point because I'm like, I just want to leave. Like, I want to get away from him. So I called the training department. I'm like, what's the status on the trainer? Like, what's going on? Am I going to get in a motel already? Mind you, I was like talking real low on the phone. I guess he was eavesdropping. So he called the training department too. And he's like, oh, I really want her off the truck. I'm like, how you want me off the truck so bad? I don't do shit to you. Like, what the hell? So then now I start getting petty because I'm like, how you want me off the truck and I don't do shit to you? I don't care about you. Like, you don't want to teach me, so I let you be. Like, what the hell? Like, you talking about something, you want me off the truck. Nigga, you don't do shit. Like, you don't do anything. So he gets off the truck and he's just waiting outside. And I see the police pull up. And I'm like, like, okay. Because I threatened to call the police. Now niggas want to call the police. Okay, cool. So the police comes and they're like, they're talking to him. He's doing all this yelling and shit. They get to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm just ready to get up off his truck. I didn't explain anything to them. I'm just like, I'm ready to get off his truck. I just don't want to be around him anymore. So then they're like, okay, the company got in touch with us and they have an Uber ready for you. I was like, oh my God, thank God. They're like, we're going to stay here while you pack up your clothes, pack up your stuff. So I'm packing up all my stuff, and the police are helping me. They're actually being really nice. He's like, I'm going to stay in the truck so she doesn't take anything of mine. I'm looking at him like, dude, I don't want nothing of yours. Like, I was like, look at your headphones, look at mine. I had the Beats. I had the brand new Beats headphones. I'm like, does it look like I want anything from you? Like, let's be for real here. Like, so then I'm packing up all my stuff. I'm packing. He's just talking shit. Like, she's just very unskilled. She's an unskilled person and she's mad. I was like, and you suck as a trainer. I was like, if I'm unskilled, that says a lot about how you train, dummy. I was like, you mad dumb. I was like, just get the F out my face. Like, stop talking to me. So then he's trying to be funny, like sarcastic, like, oh, you need help with your stuff? I was like, fuck you, bro. I was like, fuck you. Stop talking to me. You ugly as hell. Like, stop talking to me. Like, so I'm just packing up my shit. I'm packing up. And he's just talking, just running his mouth. I'm like, boy, I was like, you doing all this talking, your breath hot. I was like, your breath smell like pepper spray. And you doing all this talking, like, for real, like, shut up. He's like, oh yeah, it smells like that because I just woke up. I was like, nigga, it smell like that every day. Like, it smell like that every day, please. Like, we not about to sit here and make up no lie. Your breath smells every day. So then he starts laughing. I was like, yeah, please stop talking. You're melting the side of my face, like your hot ass breath, like, please. So I'm packing up. I finally finished packing up my stuff. Then he's telling the cop, like, oh, she's so messy. Mind you, I had a protein shake and a bag of chips. I'm like, officer, look at what I have. Like, look, a protein shake and a bag of chips, but I'm so messy. Like, okay, cool, whatever. So then he's still talking ish, and I'm talking shit right back. I'm talking right back, because it's like, you're not about to sit here and try to run your mouth, and you mad at me because I want a new trainer? Like, let's be for real. So I packed up all my stuff. And the cop helped me put my things on the other side of the yard. They helped me put my things on the other side of the freaking yard. He's like, get up out my truck. Mind you, this man is 45. A 45-year-old felon acting like this. Nothing against felons, but child, he was acting really immature. So then he's like, get up out my truck, And I'm just like, all right. I walk in with the cops to the other side of the yard with my belongings. The cop is like, that's everything. I was like, yeah, it looks like it. He leaves and the cops leave, and I realize, after like about 10 minutes, I realized I'm missing my mesh bag. My mesh bag had my brand new Beats headphones, my wallet with all of my cards and social in there, and a couple other new items, my brand new blanket and sheets, brand new soap, brand new toothbrush and toothpaste, and I was just livid. I was so livid. I was like, oh my God, like, this man stole my freaking bag. Like, he stole my bag with my brand new Beats headphones in there. I was livid. So I called the training department and I asked them to contact him so I can get my bag back. So then they're like, yeah, we're going to contact him and this and that. We're going to call you back in about a half hour. So as I'm in the Uber, because the Uber finally came, I load my stuff in the Uber. As I'm in the Uber, the dispatcher calls me. He's like, yeah, so we have bad news. I was like, what? He's like, he said that he trashed your belongings. I was like, no way. I was like, no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I was already like 5 minutes away from the destination, so I couldn't tell the man to turn around. So I'm just sick now. I'm sick. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my freaking God. I wait till the next day and I had them order me an Uber right back to the yard. And I'm like, yeah, to the security guard. I was like to the security guard, hey, I was here last night, and I need to look for my belongings. She was like, yeah, we heard the story. You could go ahead and look. Security went with me, got in the car. I got in the car with security, and we searched that entire yard. We searched the entire yard. We searched the garbage. We searched the dumpsters. We searched the entire freaking yard. Nothing. Nothing. We even went out on the street. We went about like 3 blocks. We circled all 3 blocks. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm like, he didn't trash shit. I was like, he didn't trash. Why would he trash some brand new Beats headphones? Why would he trash that? He lying. He's clearly lying. So when I went on Find My, I seen that the headphones wasn't there anymore. The headphones wasn't there, and he logged, like, I guess he connected to his shit. He connected it. I don't know what he did, but it just wasn't there anymore. And I was sick to my stomach because I'm like, damn, like, okay, whatever, to hell with the Beats headphones, but my wallet, my social security, my ID, my everything, my cards. I was sick. I was like, why would he do that? Like, you were that mad? You were that mad because I wanted a new trainer and I didn't like you because you were a weird ass nigga? Like, you were that mad? Child. I was pissed the freak off. Yo, I wanted to add, because I couldn't leave out the new trainer. Like, I couldn't leave the new trainer out. So when they finally assigned me a new trainer, he was a really nice guy. Really nice. Very respectful. He was so kind to me. I explained to him everything that happened about how this man stole my belongings, didn't teach me anything except how to slide my tandems and back up the trailer one time in the yard for like a good half hour. And he was like, all right, so, and I was telling him, like, you know, like, I can drive, I don't hit curbs, I can turn, you know, and if it's a straight back, I could do a straight back. But as far as like a 40-degree, 45-degree, 40-degree, and 90-degree angle, can't do it. I can't do it. So if you can really teach me how to do those, like, I'll be elite, like, I'll be straight. So he's like, oh, then that's it. He's like, oh, that's it, then, you know, I got you. But of course I want to see how you drive, so, you know, I could be comfortable. I was like, of course, like, yeah. So I drove for him. He sat on the passenger side, and he seen that I was a really good driver. I was really good. My turns are good. You know, everything's all good. He sat in the front seat for 2 days, I think. And after that, he would just be on his laptop, which was fine with me because I really don't need you in the passenger seat anyway, for real. Like, just see how I do and then go do your thing. So he seen that I was good, and he let me play my music. He even offered. First he offered, he was like, here, like, because he had like a tablet that was attached to the dash, and he was like, play your music. He was like, play your music, get comfortable. He was like, look at me. You're the captain now. I was cracking up. I was like, yo, I was like, all right, good looks, good looks. So I'm blasting my music, like driving, vibing, all that. Like, I'm like, damn, why didn't they give me you the first day? Like, why would they give me this bozo the first day, and I'm with, and I had to be with him for 2 weeks? Like, that shit blew me. So I was with the angel trainer. I call him angel trainer. I was with him for like 3-4 days. He seen that I was a good ass driver. He taught me, but he did only teach me how to back up the trailer one time. He taught me one time, so I was just like, whatever. And he signed me off, and that's how I'm able to have my own truck. Like, 2025 Freightliner. You feel me? Like, this shit pretty nice. So after that, I'm running my solos, and I was able to get the trailer the way that he explained it, and like the tips and advice helped, because I was able to back up the trailer and drop the trailers about 4 or 5 times. Good too. Not slanted, crooked, none of that. Good too. Like, you feel me? So, I'm still learning. I'm still getting better, and I'm just happy that they assigned me him, even though I was only with him for like a few days, but they gave me him. But I've been able to do everything good, except what happened today with the trailer being super low, and I didn't know what the hell to do. But I really thank God for that man. He helped me, and he told me what to do if that would have ever happened again. So yeah, like, I'm getting there. I wouldn't call myself a professional yet, but I'm definitely getting there. And I ain't playing no games, because I'm parked here. I got a load, even though I'm here for the weekend, because they gave me a freaking load my last drop in PA. And I'm 5 hours away from home, and nobody would answer the phone to see if I could deadhead to Jersey. So, of course, I learned that on YouTube. Not YouTube, TikTok. I ain't playing no games. So, yeah, I'm here for the night. Ugh. So I call the dispatcher. I'm like, all right, so what we about to do? Like, what we doing? Like, am I gonna get reimbursed? Is he gonna like face some consequences? What's going to happen? He's like, oh, the most you can do is do a police report. And I'm like, I can't do a police report, because that means that I would have to go to court, and I'm not sitting in PA. It's not like I'm sitting in PA. Like, y'all got me doing OTR with a trainer. So it's like, if I'm all the way in Virginia, like, how am I gonna get to? So I just had to charge it to the game. Because I'm like, bruh, like, I'm not. I just had to let it go. That man was a miserable man. He was so miserable. He been with Western for 2.5 years, not making no money. Not, he can't go to any other trucking companies because he's a felon. So, and I was just so mad with Western, because I'm like, why would y'all pair me? And again, it's no shade to felons, but it's like, why would you pair me with a felon? Like, why? Like, why? I don't know. I really don't want to sound like a dickhead, but I was just so mad. I was just really pissed off. But yeah, that was my experience with the trainer. It was whack. It was ass. Like, even when I was driving good, doing good turns, not hitting no curbs, nothing, just doing my best, he just never, like, really congratulated me. He never did. So, yeah, my experience with that trainer was horrible. It was really bad. And I wouldn't recommend Western Express to anybody that has good MVR, that doesn't smoke, I just wouldn't recommend this. That's not a felon. I've never been to jail. I would never recommend Western Express. Go somewhere else. They will take you, for real. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend Western Express at all. I have a good dispatcher now. Clearly, I'm solo. I have my own truck now. But it's just the experience with everything else as well. So it's like, I was just over it. I'm over it now. But, my dispatcher is cool. He's been giving me loads. So that's cool. But I'm still not staying. Like, I'm done with Western. I'm so done. But yeah, that was my experience with the trainer. It was so ass. It was terrible. My experience with Western was trash too. The only thing I enjoyed was orientation with the gang. That's it. Everything else, trash. I wouldn't recommend this at all. 0 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend. So yeah, catch y'all in the next video. I'll see y'all later.